Hi, this is Dave Weiss from Wipeout Enterprises. Welcome back to our final video in the series on the valve train. Again, as we said before, this is part of our mission statement that we want to take our 40 years of experience and educate the pullers out there. We don't want to see you breaking parts and failing parts. We want you to build it and build it right the first time and provide that information on what you need to do. So the last part of the series on the valve train, we're going to talk about valve covers. And the factory valve cover, that there's some things that have to be done to the factory valve cover if you want to try to use the factory valve cover with this application, with the rocker supports, the stealth rockers, the drop-in springs, and factory head bolts. That's the only way the factory valve cover will work without a spacer, is you got to run factory head bolts. If you are going to run studs and you still want to run the factory valve cover, there's still some modifications to the factory valve cover, but you got to run a 1/2 inch spacer. And that part is available on our website, the 1/2 inch valve cover spacer. So if you're going to run a tractor valve cover, which I call a tractor valve cover, there's no breather here in the middle. There's no breather in the valve cover. A couple things that you have to do to the egg valve cover, non-breather valve cover, is you got to trim this away. And this is clearing around your rocker support on the back side back here. And you got to do that on both ends of the valve cover. You've got to trim that. I'm hoping you can see that in the video. So that's on the egg valve cover, no breather. Now we're going to go to the, I call it the truck valve cover with a breather. And on the inside of this valve cover, two things. There's the lip that I trimmed away. You still got to do that on the truck valve cover. This one just hasn't been done. This is factory valve cover. I apologize, it's all rusty, but it works fine for purposes of what I'm trying to show you. Both ends, still there on this end, needs trimmed away. So the other part you need to trim, or completely take out, is this baffle. And you need to completely take this baffle out for it to clear these two shaft collars. The breather will work, the baffle has to come out. And I'll show you one here that we've taken the baffle out. So this one, we completely taken the baffle out. And again, looks like we've trimmed this one a little bit, but this needs trimmed for it to fit. And then, so that's your factory valve covers, and I just want to repeat this again. They will only work with OEM bolts. Will not work with the head studs, because the head stud, the nut and the washer is taller, and they will hit the valve cover. So you've got to go to either a 1/2 inch spacer, factory valve cover, or you go to our billet valve cover, which will clear. Now if you're running a camshaft that has a lot of lift, and there's a lot of things that depend on that, these adjusters could hit the valve cover without a spacer. Most of the time they don't on a reground cam. So I appreciate you watching the series. Have a blessed day and look forward to our next series.